When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints you rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, touchdown number 22. Two on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Can Lobo, number 53, Mike 53.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some team.
There he goes, right side. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. teams had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll run with Hunt on second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient. Followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Mayfield looks to throw. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. Mayfield on play action. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards.
20. 55. Hey, come on. King.
Mayfield off the play fake. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Dexter Lawrence able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert, from the 22. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they will stop him short They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taylor now returning it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Mayfield now from the 50. He completes it to Hunt. The 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep. Give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
Let's go.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Giants have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 31, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Tackled by Jordan Willis. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw on 2nd and 6, Mayfield. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Mayfield now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the gun, Mayfield is going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
180. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go. Set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. They'll throw now on the final play. Lets it go for Nelson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2nd and 6. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On first down, Barkley, not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And now his throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 60, orange. There's the part.
On play action, they'll throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Good. 180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hey, let's get some penetration here. Buzz!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Point it right.
They run again with Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Check 3. Hey, alert! Hey, wahoo!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26 more yards. That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Run.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Damian Ratley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Set 60 outlaw.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And Ingram hauls it in. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Buying time to his left. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Barkley. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 down, 3 down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
3rd and long.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I'm going back to you.
Mayfield on play action. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Crunch. 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 Regular. Regular. Regular.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He can run for it, and he will. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Switch.
They'll run with Barkley. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. The toss out to Barkley. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
the screen.
On first down, it's Hunt. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
Let's go.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.